Welcome to Cube on the Rocks. I'm your host, Robert, and today I am speaking with my special guest, Colleen. Colleen is the owner of Miss Alice's Mad Hatter's Cotton Candy. Welcome to the show today, Colleen.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm going to guess that by the name of the business, it's Cotton Candy.
Absolutely.
All right. So for all you people out there that have a sweet tooth, we're going to learn a little bit about the history of it and a little bit about Colleen and why she started the business. I'm having a little bit of a hoarse throat, so I am sticking with water. And I know, Colleen, you decided not to enjoy a drink today either, so we're just going to get right into the interview, if that sounds good.
Sounds great.
All right. So I think it would be nice is I always like to learn why someone started a business. So can you give me a little bit of background as far as why you decided to go into cotton candy of all things? It seems like kind of a interesting business to decide that, hey, this is what I want to try.
Well, I have a son. He's 11 now, but when he was in UPK, my mom and I came up with the idea, hey, let's have a class circus. And every year we'd invite the whole class and all his teachers to our home, and we would have a circus, and we'd rent a cotton candy machine, and my mom would dress up as a clown, and we made all these games, and the kids absolutely loved it. It got to the point where everybody was like, we want to be in Cole's class because we want to go to the circus. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
That must have made him a popular kid.
Oh,
then.
yeah. And it went on until, of course, he's in 6th grade now, and he definitely does not want a class circus anymore, which is sad for me. But we had a good time while the time, was there. And we'd rent the cotton candy machine, and we'd absolutely loved it. So I believe my love of Disney and my love of black and white checks and my love of cotton candy kind of just wheels turning one day, and I said, hey, you go to all these events, you have popcorn, you have ice cream, you have, different things like that. I never see a cotton candy truck or a cotton candy table or, to go out and be able to get it, and I want to do that. That sounds pretty darn cool. So
that is pretty darn cool. It really is. And I remember the thing I always loved about cotton candy is not just the flavor, but I loved seeing it be put onto the stick.
It's so cool. So cool.
As a kid, that was probably one of my favorite things to see. It's just it seems so magical.
It is definitely magical.
I'm assuming that you get kids just mesmerized
every time. And I let them come over and, keep them at a distance, and they're always welcome to come around the table and watch it. And it's a funny story because I'll say to them, okay, see this? Because they just don't understand what I'm putting in that machine and why it's coming out like that. They just don't get it. And so I say,
why is it coming out like that?
Well, you take magical, which is magic, the sugar, and I put that magic in my very hot machine. And the very hot machine is very hot, and it spins very, very fast. And it makes, it's called floss sugar, and you put it in there, and it comes out like cotton candy. So I can't really give you the exact why it does that. I just myself think it's magic. The whole thing is just magic, and that's what I believe. You put the magic in, and all of a sudden, magic deliciousness comes out.
All right. Well, I guess we'll leave it at it's magical.
It's magical.
And I guess if you want the technical, but I don't know that we really do for cotton candy, you'd have to find that answer elsewhere. Because here, it's all magic.
It's all magic.
So I was just wondering, I know we talked a little bit before, and I said, geez, how did cotton candy come about? It just seems like such a interesting thing, and who sat there and thought, hey, if I spin this sugar really fast, I'm going to get into this nice fluffy cloud of deliciousness. So do you know the history behind it?
Yes, I do, and actually you're going to laugh at the history. So believe it or not, that sweet sugary treat was invented by a dentist.
So he was trying to just get more customers.
Absolutely, right?
Right.
Everybody's in it for the money, right? His name was William Morrison, and he made the first cotton candy in 1897 with the help of a candy maker, John Wharton. And the funny story is in 1904, Morrison and Wharton took their cotton candy, which was actually what they called fairy floss, which is also magical, right? And they took it to the St. Louis World's Fair. And so there you go. That's how cotton candy ended up at all those fairs.
Huh. So it almost just about started at a fair.
Started at a fair.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only a few years later that they ended up there, and it's probably where they really started seeing success for that.
Yes, yes.
So that's really neat. One of the things that I just read, and I don't remember the country. I believe it might have been in Japan, but I'm not positive. There was a cafe there that they would serve you coffee, and they had this little stand where they had a cloud of cotton candy over it. So as the steam from the coffee heated up the cloud, it would actually sweeten your coffee from the cotton candy.
How great is that?
Right?
How great is that?
I mean, they're so inventive. Some of the things that happen with food across the world is so inventive and innovating, I guess, is actually the correct word.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
It seems really cool. It was really neat to watch. And so it made me start thinking, you're in the business, maybe there's something that you know about that you think is awesome that is done with cotton candies.
Well, now I'm thinking I could partner with one of these coffee places here in Auburn and get some cotton candy coffee going. I think that'd be a great idea. That could be something in the works.
That could be, right?
But
so I feel like, though, that it's such a specialty. It would take so long.
Quick. We can do it quick. It's magic, right?
It's magic. Yeah,
it's magic.
Because magic just is a snap of the fingers.
That's right. That's right.
And that's it. So
one of the cool things that I actually have seen, and this is after I actually did it myself. I was doing an event at Finger Lakes Mall, which a lot of people have seen me at Finger Lakes Mall, and I was over there, and it was Valentine's Day, and I said, why not make chocolate-covered strawberry cotton candy? And I just sat there spinning them, and they were coming out looking just like roses. And it was pretty darn cool. And everybody was like, we're here for the chocolate-covered strawberry cotton candy.
Interesting.
Yes.
So how do you get the chocolate flavor of?
Basically, you just mix. My sugar is all pre-made. It's all pre-made sugar. So I order it from a company, and it comes in what it looks like a milk carton. And it's all the flavors I have, which is several flavors. And I just take a little bit of chocolate, and I spin the chocolate first. Well, say you want a chocolate first. I'd spin the chocolate, and then I would dump some strawberry in, and I spin the strawberry around it, or vice versa, however you wanted it. And I would make your specialty.
That sounds really cool. I would love to see that sometime.
Yeah,
so
yes,
we'll
it's
definitely,
pretty cool.
Next time that I see you at an event, I'm just going to be like, hey,
absolutely,
you got to make me one of these flowers.
Yes,
because
that
sounds amazing.
Yes.
And then there'll be a lineup because everybody will want a flower now afterwards.
Yes,
so I'm sure that happens all the time.
It does. My line is pretty long, and I do feel bad at times. It's myself doing the cotton candy at all times. My mom helps out, and my son will be there helping out at times. But my mom's take the order, pay my mom, and then I get the orders. And my line can be very long at times, but it's just how the machine's working. And cotton candy is very temperamental. On a hot day, it takes a little bit longer to spin.
That makes
On a
sense.
windy day, it's terrible. Yeah.
Right. And the other thing is, though, you're not selling it pre-bagged.
I do not sell it pre-bagged.
Right.
In the beginning, I did make the bags ahead of time. Now, because my specialty is all my flavors. So you come up, what flavor do you want? And it's funny because people will come up and they'll say, a cotton candy, please. Okay, which flavor? Flavors? Yes, there's my list. What? You have that many on your list? You just don't have pink and blue? Oh, no. That's not what we're about here. So, pick your flavor, and they have a hard time. They have a hard time picking what flavor they want.
Oh, I'm sure, because I never really thought about flavors when I think about cotton candy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
What are some of the best-selling flavors that you
You know, it's funny because it depends on the day. And it
Okay.
seems like once one person orders that flavor, it's like, wow, that was a hit of the day. A funny story is this guy walked by and he goes, what are you selling? And I said, cotton candy. Because on my table, I also will sell like stuffies, you know, cute little stuffed animals, unicorns, teddy bears, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I am selling cotton candy. He goes, well, if you had banana flavored cotton candy, I sure would buy it from you. And I said, well, bring out that money because I have some banana flavored cotton candy for you. And he absolutely loved it. He couldn't believe it. He thought I was kidding with him. And believe it or not, you know, the pinks and the blues, I would say blue is one of my top flavors, but people really like bubblegum and watermelon.
Is blue the actual, what
Blue is
flavor
the original. Blue is blue raspberry. Your
Okay.
original, go to the circus,
Yeah.
you get blue. The original pink is called pink vanilla. So those are your original flavors. Now
Okay.
I had a cute couple. They were probably in their late 60s, and they come walking down. I was at a City of Auburn event, which I do pretty much all the City of Auburn events.
Right.
And they were walking down, holding hands, really cute. And he comes up and he says, we want a cotton candy. And I said, oh, look at all my flavors. Oh no, we don't want flavors. We just want the blue from like when we were kids. And it was so cute. They were, like I said, they were, you know, an older couple holding hands, you know, wanted to go back to their childhood. And that was pretty darn cool.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I could just imagine that. You know, they're sitting around eating their cotton
Yeah.
candy, and
It was
probably
adorable.
did bring them back to
Yes.
to a different time
Yes.
for them. Something that, you know, as we get older, we kind of miss the simplicity of
Absolutely.
childhood, I think, and so that definitely is a really cute story. So we went through the history a little bit, and I feel like you were telling me earlier. I know you do your roses, and didn't you say that there's other places that have done flowers and such?
Yeah, it's
too?
pretty darn cool. In Disney World, you can go, and I heard the line, I believe in Japan or China, one of the pavilions there in Disney World at Epcot, they do these flowers, and they're very, very expensive, and the wait is like very, very long. And it's pretty cool, though, because they have all these layers, and it's this huge, it reminds me of like a huge lotus flower. And
wow.
it's
So-
pretty cool. It's pretty darn expensive, you know.
Oh,
But,
wow.
and
It's
that's,
you know,
it
look
is
where
what it
you
is,
are,
right?
yeah.
But my thing too is with the cotton candy is mine is reasonable. I charge $3
Right.
because I want affordable. I want, if you have quite a few kids come up, you can afford it for your family.
Mhm.
I want to keep it affordable. And people will come up and they'll say, how much for cotton candy? I'll say $3. $3? I'm like, oh, they think it's too much. And they're like, no, we'll take 3, you know? So it's great. I feel that I want to keep it affordable.
Yeah,
affordable
definitely,
for everyone.
Have you ever had any odd requests as far as maybe someone wanted cotton candy for an event that you just wouldn't think of, or
I've
do
done
people
birthday
do weddings or
a
anything
really
like
cool
that?
thing, yes, and a really cool thing I've done is a gender reveal. So you
Oh,
know,
nice.
okay, so boy or girl, you take that yellow, and inside the yellow might be that pink or the blue. So hey, if you want to do that, you can always call me up and I will make them for you. I'll do all those gender reveals. I did a really, really beautiful graduation party. Her theme was just really pink and foo-foo-y and really cool, and my whole setup just really blended in a gorgeous graduation party. I'm going to be doing a wedding coming up. I'm already booked for next year for that wedding.
So what are they looking for at the wedding?
We
Just-
haven't, just for me to be there on demand, because either
Okay.
way I can make them ahead of time and bring them to you, or I can be there on demand. And like at the graduation party, I was there on demand. So you come up, all my flavors. I'll say to them, do you want all my flavors, or do you just want the color of your theme? And this one, they just wanted pink. So they came up, and I just made it on demand for everybody who wanted it, and it was pretty cool.
Nice. I can just see the wedding party and the guys having cotton candy flowers on their lapel.
Yes.
Just hope that it's not during the summer, because I think that could be a little bit of a sticky mess otherwise.
Yes. That's right.
So,
That's right.
So maybe that'll be the next request. Someone will be
Well,
like, hey,
they-
can I have a little corsages for me?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
And then afterwards, you just eat it. But I guess people like to save those flowers.
Yes.
So maybe that you won't get a request for that. But it would be pretty neat
That would be
to
cool.
see, right?
Yeah.
Well, So obviously you do events.
Yes.
If someone was looking to do an event, how would they go about and get a hold of you?
They can just go to my Facebook page, Miss Alice's Mad Hatter's Cotton Candy, and they can, give me a message and let me know. I also, as far as the cotton candy, I do party planning. So if you are just cannot think of an idea for your party, I don't care what kind of party it is, wedding, I'm very good at any theme and bringing it all together. And I can do your favors. I can do your whole party. And I absolutely